Welcome everyone and happy Palm Sunday. Palm Sunday is coming up just in a couple of days or maybe even less if you're watching this, depending when you're watching this. So for today's lesson, we are going to do a meditation on the Palm Parade that occurred as Jesus was entering Jerusalem as it was nearing Passover. So while it's meditation, I want you to sort of imagine that you are there in Jerusalem at this time and sort of put yourself in among the crowds. So it's nearing Passover, an important celebration of the Jewish New Year. Thousands of people have come to Jerusalem for the celebration. Everywhere there are people rushing from one place to another, greeting one another, selling things, buying things. The market is a busy place. The inns are full, and there's a buzz of excitement in the air. You are entering the city gates. People are lingering in the streets and gathering on rooftops. Around you, there's excited conversation, jubilant, smiling faces around you. You realize that they are waiting for something. You ask someone standing nearby what's going on. They tell you that a great teacher and healer who has caused quite a stir in Galilee is coming into Jerusalem today. Curious, you stop. You hear cheering and you strain to see. In the distance, you see people waving palm branches. Some have even thrown their coats down, making a carpet on the road. Then you see the donkey and the man on its back. Hosanna, blessed is the one who comes in the name of the Lord, the people are yelling all around you. As the man on the donkey passes by, you get a closer look at him. He looks over in your direction as if he senses you looking at him. You catch a glimpse of the expression in his eyes. Then he is gone, and the crowd presses in all around you. So this story that I know is pretty familiar to you, it's all about welcoming Jesus into Jerusalem. And what were some of the things that the people did to welcome him? They sang, they spread coats down for him in honor of them, waved palm branches around and paraded and shouted encouraging things. And those were the ways of welcome that happened in Jesus's time. And we do them now on Palm Sunday worship to remember how it happened then. We do it as a way of welcoming Jesus into our hearts now. But of course, there's many, many ways to welcome a special person who comes to visit us. So think about when a special guest comes to visit your house. What do you do to welcome that person? You probably offer them food, maybe some water, and if it's someone you really haven't seen for a long time, maybe bake them a special cake. There was the song that puts me into my head, the song that my grandmother used to sing to me when I'd visit. If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake. And other things that you do, I give them a big hug now that we can do that again after COVID. So, and you might have a party for them. You might make them a card. There's so many different ways that you can welcome people. And it really doesn't matter how it's done. What really matters is the feelings behind that welcome. And those feelings of love, the feelings of belonging, making someone feel like they belonged and making them feel welcome. And this is how Jesus wants us to welcome him. It's not just about the palm branches and the singing of songs, but it's also about the love in our hearts and the love that we feel for one another. And it's how Jesus welcomes us with arms wide open, with the feeling of everyone belonging together as a part of God's family. And this can even go beyond welcoming other people. Here we are in a time of springtime, officially now, when it's actually beginning to feel like it, and this time of rebirth, and we are welcoming back sort of nature, welcoming back the leaves in the trees, the birds singing that were gone for the winter, the green grass growing, all the plants growing. And we can welcome back spring in this way too, and all the life that is sort of bursting forth around us. And just like when we welcome a person, when we welcome sort of the coming of spring, we also want to do that with love in our hearts and love for that natural world that is around us, because that will just further encourage us to take better care of it. So, and more on that coming up soon. Of course, we have Earth Day coming up, so I'll have a chance to get more into that then in another few weeks from now. Next week will be Easter Sunday, so I will come up with something fun for us to do for Easter. So have a great week.